I'm here today with a bunch of Super Famicoms that I've bought on Yahoo Auctions Japan via one of the online platforms for that. I happen to use Bai. This isn't sponsored by them or anything. I've just been a customer of theirs for about a year and a half now, and occasionally I go on there and spend a little too much money on stuff I probably don't need. So today I'm just going to make sure all these work, and since I don't have any Famicom games, we're going to use a flash cart. We're not going to do any games with the flash cart. We're just going to let the flash cart load so I have something to test it with. And eventually I'll make these region free. One of the, 5 claims to be region free. So we'll test that out too with a Super Nintendo game. And that takes me to our sponsor, PCBWay. Here we are on PCBWay's website. I legitimately love these guys. They have this cool site here. You can come on and get PCB prototyping, assembly, all this stuff. You can come over here and get your PCB instant quote. They can do CNC and 3D printing. I've used them for 3D printing before. I had them do a aluminum benchy. You just come in here and you pick, I want CNC machining, I want sheet metal, I want 3D printing. You upload your file, you do all this stuff, and then it goes through like a review process where someone makes sure that it's going to work, and then they go ahead and send you the quote. Another cool thing here, which is relevant in this video, is they have this shared project thing. So say I come up here and I type in Super Famicom, and we get this region-free unlock PCB. So I could come in here, and I can look at the project. I can see that 1,000-something people are watching it. 5 have loved it. I can order the PCB, or I can order the PCB in assembly, and then I should be able to region-free my games. You can see here it's just like an adapter. That could come in pretty handy, and I have a lot of Super Famicoms. So I'm probably going to order like 4 or 5 of these. So now that we're back from the sponsor, you can see that those region-free things are probably going to come in useful, and I'm probably going to order some of those as soon as I'm done filming this. But yeah, let's go ahead and do this. I've got everything hooked up to power. Let's go ahead and put this in here, and we'll check out this first one. Here we go. Let's see. Menu comes up. Can I do stuff in it? I can. Cool. So let me get the next one out and we'll test it. After we test all these too, we're going to go through and there's a bunch of controllers that came with them. I will see how many of these controllers worked, how many of these consoles worked, and then which of the controllers might need taken apart and a little bit of cleaning. Some of these are definitely going to need some retro brighting as well. Go ahead and plug the controller into that. We'll move this out of the way here. Grab that. Now I won't show you me doing this for all of these, but kind of see what I'm doing here. Slide that one out of the way. Give her the controller. And cool. And I'll say most of these were sold as quote unquote junk. Yep, it works. Let me get the next one. While I'm doing that, I love buying this stuff from Japan because they'll sell it as junk because it's yellowed or because it's missing something or because someone wrote their name on a cartridge. And it's just crazy to me that you buy the stuff that's allegedly junk and it works perfect. I don't think I've had a console that has not worked well from them. And I have a video on the channel from, about a year ago, a little over a year ago, where I tested out 40-something, I think, cartridges I bought from there, and none of them did not work. Every single one of them worked, and all I had to do was do a little IPA cleaning on some of them. Oh, nice. This one actually has the manual. So let me get this out, and we'll be right back. All right, here we go. If I can get it in the cartridge slot. Okay, so this one's actually got a jammed door. Oh, because the power was on in transit. There we go. It's going to come up. Ooh, we may have a fiddly one. Did I plug power in all the way? Yep. Yep. So, I may have jinxed myself. Oh. Let's try this here. Interesting. So we're going to set this one aside. We'll set it up there in the top right corner. And we'll try deoxit here in a minute on this one. I was hoping I would get one that I could actually do a project video out of. Okay, let me get the next one out. Well, visually, this is the best looking one yet. It does not look like it's seen a lot of use, but we'll find out. This one came with a wall wart too, which is nice because I only have one for the Super Famicoms. So this one does have a little yellowing on the front, but otherwise it's pretty good. It's got a little bit of dirt, but that'll clean up with some rubbing alcohol. What's your favorite Super Nintendo or Super Famicom game? I never had one. The kid across the street did. Again, the power button was on that one. Should have checked that. Kid across the street has Super Nintendo. A friend from karate, well, from Taekwondo, had a Super Nintendo, but I never had one. I bought one about 18 years ago just to play NBA Jam, which we actually have sitting over here, Tournament Edition. We'll check that out in a minute on that allegedly modded one. And yeah, I love games like that, but I'm looking forward to hopefully finding some free time soon so I can check these out. I don't have the controller plugged in. All right, so this one might want some deoxit too. Cool. I am actually happy that two of these aren't working well. So let me grab the deoxit and we'll start with this one. See if we can't do a little bit in there. Take a look. I'm going to put some deoxit in a dropper bottle. It is pretty filthy in there, so I'm guessing it's just the contacts need cleaning. I don't have one of those cartridge things. And you know, I realized I said something. I said that the one is modified to be region free, but I don't know if it'll actually take the Super Nintendo cartridges. So we'll visit that in a minute. But I just have some deoxit in here. Apparently I don't have this on very well because it all just came out on my hand. I'm just going to get a little in those pins. And then, seems like I always get more deoxit on my hands than anything else. So we're just going to do this a few times and see if that worked. Hey, what do you know? Things work. Cool, so let's do the same for the other one. Now we'll just do the exact same thing here. Just get a little bit in there in the pins. It's hard to see if it's coming out. There we go. Controller. Put my FX pack in there a few times. And does it work? Nope, so let's do it a few more times. Okay, so it looks like we might have one that doesn't work. Not a problem. I think I paid, the most I paid for any of these was like $9. And I think all of them came with controllers. All of these ones did. So, yeah, I'd call that a win. Let's put a little bit more in there and give it one last try. And then we'll give up and move on to the allegedly modded one. This one does look like it has a lot of corrosion and stuff. Like maybe it hit a lot of humidity. So we'll see. That ejector really is nice. It shot out. One last try. Okay, so this is a candidate to take apart in the future. I noticed that the power thing's not even coming on. Do I? Oh, there it goes. Oh, so it looks like there might be a maybe a cold solder joint or broken solder joint or cracked solder joint there on the power. So we'll take a look at this in the future, not in this video, but it is working now, so good to go. Let me get the region free one out, and yeah, then we'll test all these controllers real fast. Again, like, I thank PCBWay for this video because they made all this possible. It was able for me to get these and take the gamble, and they all work. So I may mod some of these to be region free in them and maybe have the S video. And it's just, it'll be fun, a little project maybe for this channel. I know I've been doing a lot of 3D printing and laser stuff lately, but this is my passion. So I thought I'd bring you along a little bit again on it. Let me get the region free one. I will say the region free one, I put a label on it to say region free so I didn't get them mixed up. Oh, okay, even better. It's not actually a Super Famicom, it's a Super Nintendo. See, when you buy this stuff and you let it come the slow boat, literally a boat, you kind of forget what all you got. I believe this takes a different power. Yep, so I will get that power cable. Depending on when you're watching these videos, I may have already shown this off on the channel. Well, just to keep it fair, let's try that first. That comes up. So let's throw Donkey Kong Country in there. And get the controller hooked up. And cool. Let me turn that volume down in case anyone wants to copyright strike. Man, I forgot how many load screens old games had. Oh, this has someone's save game on it still. This Donkey Kong Country just came today. Yep, cool. That controller works. So I'm going to test all the controllers real quick off camera. I am back here with the last controller. And it works. They all worked. So that was what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 controllers. 4 Super Famicoms. 1 Super Nintendo that was region free that somehow ended up in Japan. And yeah, everything works great. I needed a little deoxide on that one. Well, on those 2, not a big deal. That one I might need to take apart and repair. I'll do that at some point. And then I can use, PCBWay to make me some of those region-free adapters. So, maybe I can play my Super Nintendo cartridges on some of these. Or I can give them to friends. They're cheap. They can give me $20, $30 and they can have one. I'll clean them up some, take them apart, make sure there's not a bunch of dust in them, and things will be great. I am really excited about this. When I did get a Super Nintendo years ago, I just did not have enough money to really buy a bunch of games. I said I bought, NBA Jam Tournament Edition, which I've got over here somewhere. It also just came today. I'm looking forward to playing that. Maybe I can convince my wife to play it some. And I played something else, but I played Star Fox at a friend's once when I was little and thought it was cool on here. So I picked that up. That's on its way. Looking forward to playing that on some original hardware and stuff. Just so fun. Do you guys like Super Nintendo or Super Famicom? Let me know what your favorite game is in the comments. Let me know if you know any good mods for these Super Famicoms. I know there's a region-free internal one. I think there's S-Video ones just like there is for this second or third generation Super Nintendo. So, yeah. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video.